Our political editor, Andrew Clennell, joins me. And Andrew, nearly $50 billion we're talking about. It's a big turnaround from where we thought it would be budget time last year.
That's right, Kieran. Well, last year they told us it would be a deficit of $106 billion. Then at MYEFO in December, it was $99 billion. Then at what is called PEFO, pre-election in April, it was $78 billion. Now it is just north of $30 billion for 21-22, says the Treasurer. What an improvement.
The budget deficit for 21-22 will show an improvement of almost $50 billion. Just over half of that, around $28 billion, is from higher than expected revenues. This substantial improvement is welcome, but the bulk of it is driven by temporary factors. The deficit will still be a little bit north of $30 billion.
Now, Sky News has previously reported that the deficit will be less than half the $78 billion figure contained in PEFO in April, mostly due to the improvement in commodity prices. Now the final budget outcome is set to come in at around $30 billion as Australians' digging of holes in the ground continues to pay dividends in terms of royalties and tax. Despite this, today Treasurer Jim Chalmers and Finance Minister Katie Gallagher appeared to be softening up Australians for higher taxes or tax reform in the years ahead. Not in the October budget, but in one of the budgets afterwards.
I encourage you to see this budget in October as the first of 3 or maybe 4 this term. The beginning, not the end, of a big national conversation about the structural position of the budget and how we fund the things that we value. There will be difficult decisions in the October budget. And one example of a difficult decision that we've had to take has been to stick with our predecessor's timing for the end of the petrol excise relief.
Now, I've been back in the press gallery in Canberra since the start of 2020, and during that time there have been 3 budgets and there is about to be a 4th. Only one of those has been at the traditional time of May. Not one of those Treasury estimates that were made on the iron ore price by Treasury in those budgets has proven correct. They have all been massively undercooked, as they regularly put the iron ore price at $55 per tonne each budget. Apparently this was on the insistence of the former finance ministers Cormann and followed up by Birmingham. Each time it has led to a budget improvement in the tens of billions. But the Treasurer insists the numbers are so bad that we need to look at serious structural reform. And those comments are along the lines of what Reserve Bank Governor Philip Lowe said on Friday.
Katie and I and the ERC and others, we speak frequently about the 5 big growing areas of spending in the budget, which are creating pretty substantial structural concerns. Health, NDIS, aged care, defence and the cost of servicing $1 trillion in debt. There are multiple opportunities in multiple budgets over the course of the next 3 years or so for us to properly engage the people in a proper national conversation about the services that we provide and how we fund them.